In an old, dusty attic, tucked away in a forgotten corner, sat a collection of wooden frames. Each one held a story, a moment frozen in time, a postcard from a ghost on Route 66. This is the story of Leo and Clara, a love affair chronicled not in letters or late-night phone calls, but in cheap, colorful postcards sent from the heart of America. It all started on a crisp autumn morning. Leo, with a restless spirit and a beat-up Ford Falcon, announced he was going to drive the entirety of Route 66. From Chicago to Santa Monica, he promised to see it all. The kitschy diners, the neon-lit motels, the vast, unending horizon. Clara, a homebody with a love for quiet things, felt a familiar pang of worry, but she simply smiled and handed him a book of stamps. "Don't forget to write," she said, her voice soft. Leo kissed her forehead. "I'll do better," he promised. "I'll send you a piece of every place I see." The first postcard arrived a week later. It was a classic, glossy image of the Begin Route 66 sign in Chicago. On the back, in Leo's sprawling, messy handwriting, it said, "Clara, the journey begins. The city is loud, but all I can hear is the thought of you. The engine is humming a song about coming home. Love, Leah." Clara smiled, a genuine, heart-filling smile. She went out that afternoon and bought a simple wooden frame. She placed the postcard inside and hung it on the wall of her small study. Soon, the postcards became a ritual. One from Springfield, Illinois, with a picture of Abraham Lincoln's home. "Saw Honest Abe's house," Leo wrote. "Makes a man think about legacy. I hope mine is the love I have for you." Clara bought another frame. Then came a postcard from St. Louis, the Gateway Arch gleaming against the blue sky. They call this the gateway to the West. For me, it feels like a gateway further away from you, counting the miles back already. Leo? Another frame? The collection grew. A postcard from a quirky motel in Cuba, Missouri, shaped like a teepee. One from the Blue Whale of Catoosa, Oklahoma, a bizarre, smiling landmark. On that one, Leo wrote, "This whale is landlocked, just like my heart is landlocked with you. It's big and silly and makes no sense, but it feels right. Just like Goss." Clara laughed as she framed it, placing it next to the others. Her study wall was starting to look like a map of Leo's heart. The postcards told a story not just of a journey, but of a man slowly changing. His initial notes were full of bravado, the thrill of the open road. But as he drove deeper into the heartland, the tone shifted. He wrote about the people he met: a waitress in Kansas who worked at the same diner for 40 years, a gas station owner in Texas who told him stories of the Dust Bowl. His handwriting seemed to get smaller, as if he were trying to fit more of the world, more of his thoughts, onto the tiny cardboard squares. A postcard from Amarillo, Texas, showed the Cadillac Ranch, cars buried nose down in the dirt. "Clara saw these cars planted in a field." It feels like a statement, but I'm not sure what it is. Maybe that even when things are buried, they can still be art. Or maybe it's just a weird thing to do with Cadillacs. "Monsieur Coquin, Leo." He wrote of the emptiness of the desert, the staggering beauty of a sunrise over the painted desert in Arizona. "The colors here are unreal," he wrote on a postcard depicting bands of red, purple, and orange rock. "It's so quiet, you can hear your own heartbeat. Mine is beating your name. Clara, Clara, Clara." By the time he reached Arizona, the wall was nearly full. Clara had to start a new row. Her friends would come over and marvel at the display. It was more than just postcards. It was a testament, a public declaration of a private love. Each frame was a window into his world, a world she couldn't join but could experience through his eyes. One postcard, from a forgotten town in Arizona, was different. The picture was faded. A lonely motel sign with half its neon letters burned out. It just said, "Eat." On the back, Leo wrote, "Had a rough day. The car broke down. Sat by the side of the road for hours. A man named Al helped me fix it for the price of a cup of coffee. There's still so much good in the world. Clara, but you are the best of it." Before framing it, she imagined him, grease-stained and tired, 1,000 miles from home, thinking of her. She ran her finger over his name. The final postcard came from the Santa Monica Pier. The iconic Ferris wheel was lit up against a twilight sky. "I made it," he wrote. "The ocean is bigger than I ever imagined, but it's got nothing on the love I have for you. I'm turning the car around. I'm coming home. Leo." Clara framed it and placed it at the very end of the second row. She stood back and looked at her wall. It was a mosaic of America, a love story told across 2,000 miles. It was chaotic and beautiful, a testament to a journey and the promise of a return. Leo was true to his word, a dramatized, not with the urgency of his trip out, but with the steady pace of a man who knew where he was going. When he finally pulled into the driveway, he was thinner, tenor, with a new quietness in his eyes. He walked into the house, and Clara led him to the study without a word. He stopped in the doorway, silent. He looked at the wall, at the rows of framed postcards, each one a memory, a promise, a breadcrumb he'd left for her to follow. He saw his entire journey, not as a line on a map, but as a constellation of moments, all held together by her love. He turned to her, his eyes shining. He didn't need to say anything. She already knew. In a world of fleeting texts and disappearing messages, she had built a monument to his words, to Ter Lao. Each postcard was a small thing, a scrap of paper, a 5-minute thought, but together, framed on her wall, they were everything. They were a masterpiece. Te Werewolm. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like, and consider subscribing for more stories that find the extraordinary in the ordinary. See you next time.